All right, another Wednesday, another assignment. I know you're super excited. So today we're looking at November 4th and 5th assignment. Let's quickly check our calendar. Here we are, historical circumstances of the Enlightenment. We're going to do a little contextualization today and tomorrow. Okay, Thursdays we have our Google Meet. Rex Friday coming up at the end of the week. Okay, so to begin with today on the 4th, what are the historical circumstances that led to the Enlightenment? That is our objective for today. Just reviewing with a little bit of matching. So just match the letters with the right terms, and just type in whatever it is. So absolute monarch, right, is a king or queen with complete control. Done. Finish it up, please. Our big idea for today. Remember, this is some of the key words that we should be using as well in our context. Our big idea: the Enlightenment was a period of time in Western Europe when philosophers challenged the power of the Catholic Church and absolute monarchs. The Enlightenment was caused by new ideas formed during the scientific revolution and frustration with leaders who abused their power. The ideas developed during the Enlightenment were able to spread because of increased literacy and urbanization. Good. So read that a couple times out loud so that really sinks in, and try to remember that throughout the entire lesson. Okay, moving forward. What was the Enlightenment? Here's a little bit of background information. You have a very quick little 2-minute video that is on YouTube. If you can watch it, great. It's there. Sorry, it's only a minute and a half. All right, so give that a quick little watch. If it's not really loading for you, this is also the transcript down here, so you can always just read it as well. Then you have 1-2 questions based on the video, and a third one. Right? This is also based on the transcript and the video, as well as this little bit about power of the absolute monarchs. Okay. Second question down here on the Protestant Reformation and the Scientific Revolution. And that's all for today. So please watch the whole video. You have like 4 questions after watching the video and reading the transcript. Okay, to continue on now, Thursday the 5th. Again, reading this little bit about and looking at this chart of the increased literacy or publications in English. One thing that we maybe need to go in a little more detail on is with the Protestant Reformation, specifically the Bible, but then eventually other books as well, started being printed and written in other languages besides Latin. Even though Latin hadn't been spoken really for almost 1,000 years, it was still considered like the language of the church, the language of the intellectuals, the language of the higher class, even if it wasn't spoken by word or mouth. It was more just like a reading kind of language that everybody from all different places could read. However, it left out regular people who could not speak or read Latin, or could not maybe even speak or read English. So what they did was a lot of people started to translate these texts into the vernacular or the common tongue of the people so that they could learn to read. And that is a huge, big thing that happens around this time. First, it's all handwritten, and it takes time, and it takes years to recreate a book or an essay or a pamphlet. Now, with this invention of the printing press, it speeds up that process incredibly. Printing a book is much quicker than handwriting a book. So with the more publications, the more books that are out there, so does the literacy rate. The more books, the more people that can learn how to read. And that is a huge, huge thing. Okay, education is key into making changes around the world or whatever we want. Fourth part is urbanization, salons, and coffee houses. We also start to see in the 1700s a huge increase in population, and specifically people moving into the city. This has to do with Another part of history that's called like the agricultural revolution at the same time, just our farming practices get better and we need less farmers to produce the same amount of food. So if we need less farmers, less people need to live in the country and they move to the cities to find jobs. What we also see is, well, more people in the cities is called urbanization, but they also have like more free time. And some of these people go to salons or coffee houses. Now, a salon's not like a place where you do your hair. It's more of just like a gathering place to socialize. It's basically a cafe where people go, they eat, they discuss, that's what that's what they're actually there for. They're there to discuss the problems of the time or some ideas they have. It's basically like a book club. Also, coffee houses start really being established. One, it's not an established drink, it's new to Europe. So it doesn't have that connotation of just like the rich people like tea does. Um, so coffee houses is more for like the middle class people. And they come there, they drink coffee, and then they discuss politics, they discuss religion, they discuss whatever is going on. So the salons and coffee houses give like the common person a place to talk about what's going on in the world. Okay, so again, you answer that one question there. And then for the end of today, contextualization, historical circumstances that lead to the Enlightenment. Okay, here's another example here of the fall of Rome. You can peruse that on your own. And then here's where you will complete your work. So here is a word bank of really important words that you should be using within your context. Okay, so whenever we have this question, what are the circumstances that led? What were the historical circumstances of the Enlightenment? We should be kind of breaking it all down to the who, the when, the where, the how, the why. Okay, sometimes I will change these up. Like this time, I put in why instead of how. That's fine. Just do your best, okay? And try to always push you into the right answer. All right, so to finish up here, you may need to even think about a little bit to the past 2 days' work. So who is involved with starting the Enlightenment? We have why am I not typing? Philosophers / intellectuals. When is this happening? 1600s is fine. 17th century is good. Where is this happening? Mostly in Europe. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Well, first and foremost, it's because kings had absolute power. Why else? Scientific revolution was giving people new ideas. Be specific. What were those new ideas? Literacy and education is increased. The more educated we are, the more questions we ask, and we'll make a change. And then, so what you want to do is combine all of these together in 2 to 3 sentences. Okay? Do not worry about trying to only make it in one. If you try to make it in one, it's going to sound really run-on sentencey, and you may limit yourself. Okay? Remember to include all of it together. Okay? Try to look at the last time we did it, take those comments, put it all together, and do one big thought. All right? You guys have a good weekend. Remember to make up anything on the Flex Friday, and we'll see you next week. All right? Bye-bye.